The complete installation guide for Logistick's Wedge XL, the one-way solution for securing medium weight loads. After loading the cargo, determine the best location for installation. Keep in mind that multiple sets of Wedge XL may be needed to safely secure your cargo. Choose an area that will place the Wedge XL at the same height and position, assuring the beam will be installed parallel to the floor. The beam needs to be against the freight, which will prevent the cargo from starting to shift. The entire application area must be clean and dry to ensure proper installation. Use a dry cloth, and if needed, a scraper and rubbing alcohol to remove loose dirt, dust, condensation, or frost from the application area. Remove the tape backing from one Wedge XL and place it in the desired application area on the wall. After removing the tape backing from the second Wedge XL, place it on the opposite wall in the same height and position as the first. Important: once Wedge XL is installed, it cannot be repositioned. A single 4x4 is recommended with Wedge XL. However, two 2x4s that are the same length and nailed or screwed together can be used as a replacement for the 4x4. It is not recommended to use a single 2x4 with the Wedge XL. Measure the inside width of the trailer at the application area. For proper fit and pressure, the wood beam needs to be on average 3 3/4 inches less than the inside width. For a flexible area, start with a beam 3 1/2 inches less than the inside width. For rigid areas or installation near the doors, start with a beam 4 1/2 inches less than the inside width. A longer beam creates more outward pressure to maximize performance. Place one end of the 4x4 or two 2x4s oriented horizontally into the pocket of the first Wedge XL and rest the opposite end of the beam at the top of the ramp on the second Wedge XL. Force the beam down the ramp of the second Wedge XL until it is seated flush and is under the retention clips. If this is too difficult, trim 1/8 of an inch off the end of the beam and reattempt installation. Proper installation will result in trailer walls expanding outward slightly. Maximum outward pressure equals maximum performance. Optional installation guide for tamper-evident security seals. Locate the holes on the upper section of the pocket of the Wedge XL. Run the loose seal wire through both holes and above the beam, forming a complete loop, meeting at the body of the seal. Pull the loose wire through the body of the seal until it is tight and secure. Caution: once the wire has passed through the body of the seal, it's locked in place. Optional installation guide for strapping. The top of the Wedge XL can be used as an anchor point for 3/4 inch banding. The complete removal guide for Logistick's Wedge XL, the one-way solution for securing medium weight loads. If present, remove security seals. Place a pry bar down into the center slot of the Wedge XL and behind the beam. Pry the beam upward in small increments until it has cleared the retention clips. Use caution as the beam may eject with some force. Optional: use a forklift to slowly lift one side of the beam out of the wedge pocket. Use caution to not damage the freight. To remove the Wedge XL from the wall, place a pry bar into the removal slot at the top of the wedge. Apply slow and steady outward pressure to pry the Wedge XL off the wall. Use a cloth and, if needed, a scraper and a citrus-based adhesive remover to clean any remaining tape residue from the trailer walls.